You saw the half of it.
Hey everybody, this is week 3, I believe. Yeah, 3 of my vlogs. This week I'm going to talk about recognizing depression symptoms and how depression can kind of take over your mood swings or change your mood swings, and some ways that you can kind of get through depression. I'm going to give you some ways that a lot of people normally do, and then I'm going to give you some of my ways as well, how to just keep going throughout the day. So thank you for tuning in, and here's my new vlog for the week. So a lot of people, they know that something's wrong with them, but they really don't know what's going on. They realize their personality is kind of on and off. They may be feeling one way, and then the next they're feeling another, and they really don't know exactly what's going on. There are ways that you can kind of determine if you have depression. Some of the symptoms that that you should start noticing within yourself, and then that can let you know if you are depressed or not. But of course, it's always great to see a doctor as well, because you don't want to really just diagnose yourself. It's always great to see a doctor. You can kind of let them know those symptoms that you've been having. But here are some of the symptoms of depression: difficulty concentrating, remembering details, or making decisions. Fatigue and decreased energy. Sometimes I have those days where I don't want to do anything. Like, my couch is my best friend. That's all I want to do is lay on the couch, watch movies. Sometimes I feel like sick, and I might get like really lightheaded. And I thought at first that I was really just sick, but then um, after life happens, and I go through other things, and I realize it's actually depression. So just look out for that as well. Feelings of guilt, worthlessness, and or helplessness, which I told you that I felt that way once before. I did not feel worthy. I feel guilty about a lot of things sometimes, and I still do that to this day. Somebody can do something to me, but then I always feel like, well, maybe, I start reevaluating myself to see exactly what it is that I've done in the situation. So instead of trying to put all the guilt on that person, I'll try to put the guilt on myself. So that's another symptom of depression. Um, Feelings of hopelessness, or pessimism. Um, I felt hopeless before several times. I feel like sometimes I feel like I'm not where I want to be in life, and that's where I start feeling helpless and hopeless. Like, okay, nothing's going right. I tried X, Y, and Z, and it's still not going my way. So I still feel that sense of hopelessness, and like, I just, maybe even though this is my dream, maybe it's not what I'm supposed to be doing. And so that's where I start feeling helpless or hopeless, and not worthy, because I'm not accomplishing what I want to accomplish. Insomnia, or waking up early in the middle of the night, or excessive sleeping. I have my days where I cannot sleep. I literally toss and turn. I have all types of things running through my mind, and that's where my insomnia kicks in. And there's sometimes where I finally do go to sleep, but then I'm waking up like early in the morning. Well, I only get a couple of hours of sleep, and then I'm up again because I have so much going on in my mind. So insomnia is another symptom of depression. Um, Being irritable and restless as well. Loss of interest in activities or hobbies that were once pleasurable to you. Dance is one of my passions. I love to dance to this day. Like I said on a previous vlog, that I do have a dance team, but sometimes it's just some of those. Is I have those days where my depression just automatically kicks in, and I don't even want to dance. But I know that this is what I signed up for, and I love my kids, and I know they look forward to coming to practice. And so I have to get up, and I have to put on my strong face for them, because I love them so much, and I know that this is what they love to do, and they're putting so much time, and they've been working so hard. Not only have they been working hard, but I've been working hard, and being the parents, go through life, and at the end of the day, they still bring their children. So they're my motivation to keep going. So just losing interest in some of the activities that you're normally used to, or no, that you normally love to do. Overeating or losing your appetite is another sign of depression. I've had my days where I just sit up and eat, especially like these past couple of weeks. I've been off work. My job gave me time off, and like, I'm eating every chance I can, because sometimes I feel the depression coming in. And I don't know if it's because I'm not staying busy, or this is my time where I can actually sit down and think about a lot of things. So I do have my days where I overeat, or that I lose appetite, and that's just me just going back and thinking about other things at the same time. Um, Persistent aches or pains, headaches, cramps, digestive problems that do not ease even with treatment. I haven't had this issue as far as the aches or the pains or the headaches or anything like that. The only time I really get headaches is like if I'm really just stressed out. But I haven't actually experienced these symptoms personally, but those are some symptoms of depression. Persistent sad, anxious, or empty feelings. I felt that a lot. I actually felt that recently, maybe 2 weeks ago, but it wasn't like extremely bad for me like it has been in the past. But just feeling sad, anxious, or empty, kind of having empty, I would say, is feeling no emotion at all. Like you don't have no emotions. You can't explain how you feel. I felt that way in the past. It's probably been a year since I felt empty, but I do have my sad times and where I'm really anxious, but I haven't felt empty in a while. And then thoughts of suicide or actual suicide attempts, of course, are symptoms and signs of depression. So I'm giving these signs of depression because I think that they're really important, because a lot of people have people that's close to them or that they know they see on a daily basis that are showing these signs of depression, but people overlook them and they don't know what to do, or they're just saying, oh, it's just a bad day, and they're keeping it moving. So I'm giving these signs of depression because so you can watch those people close to you. You see that they're a little off, so here's the signs. If those signs are there, then you might want to sit down and talk to them and just be a support to them, and maybe encourage them to either seek help in some type of way, because they may be suffering from depression, and you don't want to see those signs and you just overlook them, and then they end up being one of the people that actually attempts suicide and is actually successful. So you don't want to end up thinking about that. So a lot of people look over these signs, and so I thought it was great to do a vlog about the signs and in different forms, in different ways to help people get help. So now I'm going to give you guys ways that you can seek treatment, for those that would like to seek treatment, and also I'm going to give you guys some tips of some things that you can do to keep yourself busy, because some people seek treatment, but then on top of that, they need outside support, or doing stuff that they love, whether it's music, dance, or anything like that. So I want to give you guys that as well. So those were the symptoms. Make sure you watch for the symptoms, and now I'm going to give you guys some treatments. So if you know of anyone that has those symptoms, or that actually comes to you and say, hey, I believe I'm suffering from depression, then you can help them seek help. Okay, so treatments for depression. The first one is, of course, talk therapy. Um, they say seeing a therapist is probably one of the best treatments for depression. If that works for you, great. I saw one briefly, and it was free because where I was working at the time, there was a therapist. I'm a social worker, so I was working at a group home at the time, and there was a therapist that would come in and speak to the kids like every Wednesday. So when she was done, with them, she would still stay in the office a little longer. So I would go, sneak in and get my little free session in with her. So if you can find you a really good therapist, that's great. She was really good for me, and I would start just with one-on-one sessions so you can kind of get to the root of why you feel like you're depressed or why you are depressed, and maybe see what some of your triggers are, so you can get to like the bottom of the underlying the issue that's really going on that's making you become depressed. Because some people don't just become depressed. So they're like, there's a reason. They've gone through something that has made them depressed. So you have to get it out and figure out what that issue is first. And then once you get it out, I think that once you find out what that issue is try to address it, whether it's someone in your life that has put you down, that has caused it, family, friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, husband, wife, whoever it may be. Once you get it out, then I think that it's best to take those one-on-one sessions and turn them into like a family session or a group session, or whoever the person is. If it's actually a person, sometimes it could just be something that happened in life. But then once you get that out, then you can be able to address it with whomever or whatever, so you can kind of start trying to overcome it. So one of the best treatments I would say is probably therapy, because you're able to address it with a professional rather than just keep it in on your own, and then they'll help you address those situations once everything is out as far as what you've been through or who's put you through something. Then you can start addressing that situation or that person. Of course, another type of treatment is medication. Excuse me, is medication. I was on medication. Medication may not be for everybody, so you know yourself, and you have to do what is best for you. Medication. There's several types of medication that will treat depression. You want to discuss that with your doctor. And see which best fits for you. And if it's not working for you, let your doctor know. Like, speak up and talk. The medication I was on, I can't remember the name of it right now. Starts with the E. Um, but I think it was like Excata or something. I forgot. But anyway, talk with your doctor. When I first started the medication, the dosage was too high. It was one pill a day. When I first got on it, it made me very, very sleepy, groggy. I just wanted to sleep all day, and it really just made the depression worse, to be honest with you. It just made it worse. Like, I still felt, I would get up in the morning and be like, I don't want to be bothered. I want to stay in bed, or I didn't have any emotions at all. Like, it was just, I couldn't tell you how I felt because I didn't have any emotions. So it was really bad for me. And so I spoke with my doctor, and we changed the dose. She actually told me to just cut the pill in half. Instead of taking the whole, take half of it. And that actually worked for me. It still did make me sleepy, but I realized that instead of taking like in the morning, I would take it at night, like a couple hours before bed. So I would take like 5 or 6 o'clock. So by the time I was settled in and ate dinner, I'm good, and the next day I'm fine. My emotions weren't up and down like they were when I was actually taking the whole pill. So if you do decide to take medication, make sure you find out what works for you and talk to your doctor. Don't just keep taking it because, oh, this is what my doctor told me to take. Like, let them know how it's making you feel, because you don't want it to make your depression worse, because it will. Like, they will do that to you. Like I said, that's what mine was doing to me. That's why I had to change the dosage in it. So speak with your doctor about maybe possible medications. Some other things or treatments that people have used for depression. I haven't tried these, but some people have done like acupuncture, hypnosis, and meditation. Um, they haven't been proven to be the most effective, but some people do use that. Now, I do meditation. Like, I'll have some time to myself where I'm just meditating. I'll put on like some gospel music and just focus on that song and just meditate and pray and stuff like that. That's always helpful. But acupuncture and hypnosis supposedly are some treatments that people do, but like I said, they haven't been proven to be effective. Um, some of the treatments that I have used, like I stated, I saw a therapist for a little while. I took the medication, and then I do things that I know would kind of mellow me out or kind of calm me down. Like I said, the meditation works, just having prayer time, listening to my gospel music. Reading helps me a lot. Reading, and then cooking. I love to cook. Having my dance team. I think I told y'all these before, but having my dance team. So dancing, and then we travel, go to competitions. So those are just some of my, like I said, reading, cooking, dancing, and meditating. And of course, I've spoken to someone about it, so I've had the talk therapy and then the medication as well. So you just have to find out what works for you that can mellow you out or level you out so that you won't feel too high as far as, especially on the medication, because they can make you feel kind of crazy sometimes. So you don't want to do anything where it's gonna make you like feel too high or too low. You want to be mellowed out right there in the middle. So find out what works for you, and just know I support you guys through it all. This week I'm trying to make my vlog a little short because I didn't want it too long like last week. Sorry, because it's really cold, y'all, in Texas. It's cold. Like, I'm in the house and it's freezing. That's why I have my hoodie on. It's supposed to be snowing today. So sorry for the way I look right now. But these were, like I said, these were just some of the symptoms that I wanted to give you guys as far as depression and to look for, because a lot of people have people around them that are depressed, but they don't know what's going on. So you just want to watch for those symptoms and help them seek help as fast as possible, because we don't want them to take the wrong turn during this struggle fighting this disease. So those are just symptoms and some treatments that you guys can search for if you know someone that is struggling with depression, or if you are struggling with depression yourself. So those are just some of those tips. Please share, subscribe, comment if you feel like commenting on my YouTube channel. You can follow my Instagram, my Snapchat, my Twitter. It's all You Lovelisa, YOULOVELISSA. Everything is open, so you can just follow me. I don't have to accept anything. I will see you guys next week, and I hope this was helpful to you.